welcome to Archetypal Atrocities, the show where we play bottom-of-the-barrel Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. Each week, Jules and myself will spin a wheel to determine what archetype we'll be playing for that week. In addition, we'll open 3 specially curated packs and pick a card from each of those packs to use in the deck for that week. We are allowed to play staples, but only if they support the archetype we get, and we can only play 1 copy of them in our decks. The winner of each week will get an extra pack they open for the next episode, while the loser will get to spin a loser wheel with multiple results on it, such as choosing your opponent's deck or moving an archetype from your wheel. The loser will also be able to play 2 copies of a staple as opposed to just 1. Now that that's out of the way, let's dig into some trash. Well, we lost. Unfortunate, but going against the modern deck with Watts, we're not going to have a good time. Watts are very bad. I like playing the deck, though. I love that deck. It's terrible. I wish it was good, but what are you going to do? Jules had crawlers, and that's going to destroy Watts no matter how we slice it. I think it's like the 3rd blue shirt I've worn in a row on this, so I own a lot of blue shirts. They're all different. Anyways, my clothing choices aside, we lost, so that means we get to spin the loser wheel. I have not spun this before. It's going to be a unique, a first for me. So let's go ahead and see what we wind up with. Hopefully something good. Oh my god, that looks awful with that little things on them. And it looks like we are getting a wild card from a booster. So that means we get an extra card, and it's a wild card that can be of any rarity of our booster pack, but we're going to spin for it. So I'll go ahead and get that going right now. Okay, so we have a wild card wheel. Let's go ahead and spin and see what kind of wild card we'll be getting. Hopefully we get a high rarity one, but we'll see. I want to take a secret rare, and it looks like... Ooh, okay, so we're getting a super rare. I'll take a super rare wild card. That's kind of cool. We'll go ahead and see what we're going to decide, what we'll get after we open our packs. But first, let's go ahead and see what archetype we're going to be playing this week.
And it's time once again to see exactly how I'm going to be ruined today. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just click the wheel and figure out just how screwed I am. You know, Crawler went pretty well. I don't think today will go well, and... you know, it's not gonna go well, but I'm kinda happy anyways. Honestly, Penguin sounds fun. And didn't they get a good synchro or something recently? They have something there, right? Right?
Alright, so let's go ahead and see what archetype we are playing. We still have a whole bunch of stuff we can play. Hopefully get something cool. Let's just not waste time. Just go ahead and spin and see what deck we're playing this week. I'm excited. Hopefully it's something I know how to play. And it looks like... it is definitely not a deck I know how to play in the slightest. I think these cards used to be good, but I'm going to be honest. I think I've read maybe 2 Ghost Trick cards in my entire life. So this will be fun.
And now it's time to open up our packs. Since we won last week, we're not going to have, 2 ofs. We're only going to have 1 of these times. So, again, the call is probably going to be looking for power 1 ofs, an extra deck monster or... Okay, so there's some options here. Duality jumps out, but it turns off special summoning. But we're in a slow format anyway, so that might still be good. We'll have to think about it. We're not locked in. Penguins could want lots of things. So we'll go on to the next pack now and just flip them up. And, okay, that's a Stardust. That's probably the pick right here. Chalice is pretty good too, but it's probably the Stardust, let's be real. And last pack, let's look in here, and Red Reboot is not the rare I was hoping for, so it's probably going to be that Fairy Box. The problem with Spell Trap removal is that it's probably good, but I have no way of knowing if it's actually going to be relevant. I could be facing a Monster Mash. I really want to save drafting stuff like Spell Trap removal whenever I know or have some idea of what they might be on, so who knows. We'll see what we can do. I don't think these packs are going to, make or break our deck opening. Stardust might be a big boon, but other than that, we'll just have to see.
Alright, and now it's time for our packs. Let's go ahead and crack open the first one. Ooh, we got an Effect Veiler. That's kind of neat. Granted, I don't know if it's main deckable, because Jules could just be playing an archetype with nothing worth negating, so Definitely worth considering the side deck. Relinquished Anima is also very funny. Shout out to Wheel of Shield for those who watched it. Alright, we got our second pack here, and it looks like... Oh my god! We got Pot of Greed again. Oh my god, that is crazy. 2 weeks in a row. Is this pack opener rigged? What the hell? Holy shit. Ooh, that's really nice. I will take that to the bank, dude. Let's go. I was like, oh, we got a single we can play. No, we're playing Pot of Greed. I don't even think there's a question of what we're taking out of this pack. Alright, and we got one last pack to open, so let's go ahead. Oh, we got a triple tactic silence. Granted, in this format, this is definitely not that great of a card because there's probably not many effects that will be activating. Though Night Assailant is pretty good. Sangan is also, I think, very good, especially in the decks we're playing. Terraforming could be good. I don't know if Ghost Tricks have a field spell. Dice Foon is also very funny. We'll see what happens. But anyways, those are our packs. Let's go ahead and make the deck, and I'll also show you what wildcard I chose when we actually built the deck.
Okay, here's the deck. And yeah, it's a bit rough. I think the most notable thing off the top of my head is that Stardust didn't make it in. I technically can make Stardust. I do have a way to make it with a 3, a 3, and a 2. But the only 2 is Penguin Soldier. And it's just not consistent enough, and that same pack had Witch of the Black Forest in it, which can actually search up Penguin Squire or some other powerful cards and actually get our very limited plays going. So funnily enough, it's not even worth banking on sometimes being able to make Stardust. I wanted the Witch instead. That might be wrong, but it's so narrow when we actually get to make Stardust, I didn't think it was worth it. Really, the deck is trying to play a kind of slow control game, you know. Penguins compulse things very well. If you get a Note Penguin out, it starts turning things into banishes and gets kind of actually a little bit scary. The deck isn't that good, though. We're really just kind of praying we can land a Penguin Brave and somehow ride that out to a victory. The archetype is really straining for playables. I, in a more desperate world, would have gone up to 3 of the Great Emperor Penguin, which is really miserably bad, but might just get something going. We do have a few decent things for us, like Royal Penguin Garden is a very good searcher. Our packs gave us Duality, which actually wound up probably being a pretty good call for this because this deck's not going to special summon a ton anyways unless you open something that gives you like Squire access usually. So generally speaking, having a Duality just to try and find one of our more powerful one-ofs is probably the right call. Speaking of, considering our archetype is a bit light, we do have some general like attribute and type support. I threw in ones that I felt were at least somewhat, you know, like copacetic with the flavor, you know, like Water Hazard, Fish, Poseidon Wave, Salvage, Sea Lord's Amulet. I don't think any of those are really offensive includes. If you think they are and that I should be chastised for including them as part of the generic bad cards we can include, you're free to insult me in the comments. That just feeds the algorithm. Other than that, you know, like our extra deck is only Penguin Brave. I did look to see if there were any generic water synchros, because they really had to be water, because Penguin Squire can only make water synchros. And there really was just nothing, so we're stuck with just 3 Penguin Brave. So yeah, this is the list. I don't have the highest hopes. I think that I'm probably going to get kicked in a little bit, but if I manage to scum a game, it'll be really funny because if things work out in its favor, it'll be a decently funny to watch control deck, watching me bounce everything back, I hope, or just riding the penguins to victory. Because look at them, they're cute little penguins. Like, every card art in this is a treat. So hopefully these cute little penguins get me there, and if not, hopefully next week we pull something a bit better. But I have faith in my little penguin friends. Let's go.
Alright, here's the deck list. We're going to do it nice and fast. I don't want to waste too much time on this one because I'm going to tell you how these cards work and I don't even know how they function. So pretty much all Ghost Trick monsters have an ability that you can't normal summon them unless you control a Ghost Trick monster. So you have to set them, then flip them face up, and then you can actually normal summon. Ghost Trick Doll, when it's flipped face up during the end phase, you can make as many cards on the field in the face down, and you can special summon a Ghost Trick in defense position whose level is less than or equal to the number of monsters flipped down. It's just kind of like a mass, like Book of Moon effect. Jonxie is pretty much the searcher with the same kind of restriction that it has, when it searches, it has to equal the number of Ghost Trick monsters, it being the level. Ghost Trick Lantern, when an opponent declares a direct attack, the Ghost Trick monster you control is targeted, you can negate it and special summon this card in the defense position. Face down defense position, that's important. Mary, when you take battle damage, you can discard it to special summon a Ghost Trick monster from your deck, so it's kind of like one of the main special summons from the deck. Ghost Trick Mummy, when it's flipped face up, you can, when it's just up on the field, you can get an extra normal summon as long as it's a Ghost Trick monster. Sign, when it inflicts battle damage, you can add a Ghost Trick spell trap card. Ukiona is when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can permanently change that monster to defense position. And then also other Ghost Trick cards, you have field spells, which pretty much, they all kind of have the same pseudo effect, which monsters can attack face down defense position monsters, but they can't attack directly. When Parade, when a monster gets attacked directly, you can add a Ghost Trick from your deck to your hand. Mansion reduces all battle damage by half unless it's a Ghost Trick monster. And Museum will change any monster that battles into face down defense position. In the other, we have Break, which when a Ghost Trick monster is destroyed, you can special summon 2 Ghost Trick monsters of different names from the graveyard to face down defense position. Ghost Trick Renovation, pretty much you can return a field spell to hand, put a new one onto the battlefield from anywhere, and then you can banish it to target an XZ Ghost Trick you control to XZ someone with another Ghost Trick. And then the other staple cards we have 2 Night of Silence, because we're playing kind of a tempo deck, so it's a good tempo card. 1 Allure of Darkness, we can, it's a generic spell, and we have access to a lot of dark monsters, so I figure we may as well get extra draw power. Speaking of, we have the 2 Partigreeds. For our wild card, we got a Swords of Revealing Light, one of our super rares. We have 1 Ghost Trick Fairy, that's when it's flipped face up, you can put a Ghost Trick card from the graveyard onto the battlefield. Or set it rather, so it has to be face down, or it can be a spell trap card. Then afterwards, you can flip down cards the opponent controls, equal to the number of face down set cards you have. Ghost Trick Frost, pretty much kind of like a Karibo-like effect. If you opponent declares a correct attack, you can set this monster face down, as well as the monster that attacked. Ghost Trick Negazumi, when a level 4 or higher monster is normal special, it just flip to face down defense position, but you need to have another Ghost Trick face up to do this. We also have 3 Ghost Trick Knight, which when a Ghost Trick is on the field, your opponent cannot flip summon. And while this card, if it's ever destroyed and sent to the graveyard, your opponent cannot declare attacks. Ghost Trick Chad, you can target anyone with defense position you control and flip them face up to book a moon that many cards on the opponent's field. In X Trick, we have 3 arrow cards, which monsters your opponent controls cannot target Ghost Trick monsters or any face down defense position monsters, except for itself. And then you can attach a material to target a set card the opponent controls and destroy it, so you can kind of use your Ghost Tricks to set a monster and then pop it with arrow card. And if this card's ever sent to the graveyard, you can just add a Ghost Trick from your graveyard to your hand. 2 Angels of Mischief, which is pretty much just an instant win condition. You can either detach a material to act as a searcher for a back row, or you can attach a Ghost Trick from your hand to the card as XC material, and if it has 10 or more materials, you win the game. I would love to be able to resolve this. If Jules is on a slow enough deck that's really bad, we might be able to. That's my goal. 3 Dull Hand, against 200 for each Ghost Trick monster you control, which honestly is not that much, and you can detach material, target 1 face monster on the field to half its attack till end of turn. And if this card's ever sent to the graveyard, you can target another Ghost Trick and return it to your hand. 2 So Cute Boss, I hate this name, and while you control another Ghost Trick monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. And then you can attach material to target a face-up monster on the field with less than or equal to the combined attack of all Ghost Trick monsters and destroy it. And then that monster zone cannot be used so long as you have a Ghost Trick. So it's kind of like a weird Ojama lockdown effect that's mixed in with a pop, which is kind of neat. Ghost Trick Festival, the only Link monster, needs a non-Link Ghost Trick monster. You can also use a face-down Ghost City monster you control as material links from this card. And while Ghost Trick is in your field spell, your Ghost Trick monsters can attack directly. When an opponent monster declares an attack, you contribute the card, plus summon 1 Ghost Trick monster from your hand and face-down defense position. And you can use that effect once per turn. And then we have 2 Relinquished Animas, which pretty much I'm playing just because it would be very funny if we resolve. We do have level 1 monsters, so if Jules doesn't play around it, we can do it. That's the goal. And that's the deck. Probably one of the higher end archetypes. Hopefully Jules is on something that we can kind of out-tempo her with. But we'll see. And it's episode 3. It's the tiebreaker episode. How exciting. I don't entirely know how this will go on my end. I feel like the people who play this archetype will be mad at me for the way I play this archetype. I just have a feeling I'm going to do terribly with it.
Yeah, it's interesting because we've been talking a little bit in the lead up to this. We haven't told each other what decks we're playing, but we're both confident that we're going to lose, basically. So it's a matter of seeing who's going to actually deal victory from the jaws of defeat here.
It's true. There is one thing I'm aiming to do with this deck that I have access to, because I think it's one of the only decks we have on the list that has access to something like this. So I am excited for it. Let's go ahead and crack into it. I got a soda for that bit.
Incredible. That's where all the budget goes for this show, people.
Yeah. Mountain Dew, if you're watching this, I will happily take a sponsor. I love Kickstart. It's the only energy drink I can tolerate.
It's weird. It markets itself as an energy drink, but like as I realized after buying it, it's actually not, because it's the V8 energy drink,
Yeah.
but it's actually just green tea. Like it's like it has like in small text under V8 energy derived from green tea leaves.
It's an interesting marketing choice.
Yeah.
Alright. Marketing inside, let's continue my rock, paper, scissors streak.
I rocked your world today.
Ah.
Oh, Jesus. Like, I feel like I just, like, I don't have much to set up, but, like going first is still the play. Like,
I get the draw. Honestly, with this deck, that might actually be the play.
you know what? This is probably one of the best opening hands I could ask for.
Scary, but okay.
One of the better ones for sure. I'm going to start with duality. It was for my packs.
Okay.
I got a single duality, so very happy to see that.
Nice.
So I'll just mill the top three as the excavate. So one, I revealed it.
It's the penguins. Let's go.
So
Ooh, free special summon. That's actually really good, assuming your hand's not bad.
it's probably the best card here, but like my hand does not support it super well.
Oh, you can't even special summon this turn. Never mind. That's not as good as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I always forget that effect on duality. I always cheat with that card on accident.
I'm just gonna take the penguin ninja.
I think that makes sense.
The other two go back in the deck, and then I'll shuffle, right? Or yeah, shuffle rest back.
Yeah.
I happen to draw one of my other pack cards, which is like really like one of the main things that's gonna keep me like alive. I think potentially.
Okay.
I activate Vengeful Bog Spirit.
That's actually okay. I can live with that, I think. Okay. Now what is the right play with this? So I think it's going to reveal what I'm playing. I'm going to set a monster.
Uh-huh.
And I will activate the Ghost Trick Mansion.
Oh boy.
So you can no longer attack my face down, but you can attack directly. But all battle damage inflicted by monsters is halved, which going against penguins, I feel like it's 50-50 because I think they have back row removal. So we'll see what happens, and I will end my turn on that note.
Interesting. Right, so let me think about this. So I cannot attack your face down monsters, but I can attack directly.
Yes, and then the attacks are halved.
Gotcha.
And this applies to both of us too.
Yeah, I think they'll just flip up and bounce your monster.
Yep, so to the hand it goes.
I'm going to tribute summon the one and only the Great Emperor Penguin.
Let's go.
I will tribute the penguin to special summon 2 penguins from the deck. Yeah, I guess I'll special summon out the Glacial Beast Polar Penguin
Okay.
and no penguin.
Okay.
Glacial Beast Polar Penguin does trigger, but you don't have a monster anymore. I could have probably bounced the spell, but I wasn't super concerned about it, I guess. Which might be a mistake, but...
Honestly, probably fair.
And then...
Is the synchro coming?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they are.
Grave no penguin. Good. Alright.
I like how
And,
both of our decks are decks that like want to be set.
Yeah, and then I'm going to declare the effect, special summon deck, penguin and face down defense.
Yep.
Good old penguin soldier.
Fair enough. The classic.
And I think that's really all I've got. Actually, wait. No, it's not, because no penguin triggers because Penguin Brave's effect activated. I just realized. So I can special summon it from the graveyard.
It's back.
And now if a penguin would be returned to hand by the effect of a penguin, it's now banished instead.
Okay.
And I guess that's my turn. This is about as good of a board as this deck can make, which isn't great, but it is something.
It is kind of an issue with what I got going on, because none of the ghost tricks can be normal summon unless there's one already face up.
Oh no.
So, I know you have the Penguin Soldier, so I think what I have to do is activate a pack card. Actually, no, this is not a pack card. On my loser wheel, I got a super rare wild card, if I can talk
Oh
about
no.
that. And I will be activating the Swords of Revealing Light, so all your monsters will be flipped face up.
Ah, I see.
And you can activate Penguin Soldier. I know how tempting it is.
I will not.
And then I will... I think I will just set a card and pass my turn and hope for the best.
All right.
I just kind of realized how terrible of a matchup this is, because Coach's whole gimmick is that they want to flip the opponent's monsters face down, and that's exactly what your deck wants to be.
This is actually really funny that I have somehow found maybe Penguin's one good matchup on the wheel.
What are the odds? I'm like, okay, this is probably one of the better archetypes you have. I didn't even know. I forgot Penguins are even an archetype you put on this wheel. Honestly, the hard counter, the ghost trick.
Ooh, actually, wait. I think I have plays here even.
I don't like the sound of that. I don't like it.
So I'm gonna set a card,
Okay.
and then since a monster was set on my field, I can special summon out Penguin Squire.
Okay.
I can reduce its level by 1 or 2. It's a 5. I'll reduce it by 1. Yeah, I'll make him a 4.
Okay.
And I can target one face down monster I control, change phase of defense, and its effects are negated? Oh, unless I control a penguin. Right. That's what it was. So I will flip up Penguin Ninja to bounce your 2 spells.
That was the one card I wanted to not be. Oh no, penguins are popping off.
But sadly, my own Bog Spirit will prevent me from going too crazy here. But what I can do is I'll use the 4... Actually, no, those are banished because of no penguin.
That's right. Oh no, that's so much worse.
Oh yeah, because like now I can just reset the swords. It's just gone. Oh, that's really good. I will... special summon the second Penguin Brave.
Yep.
And then I will special summon a Penguin in defense from the deck. The Penguin Soldier's probably the call still. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fair.
And now I'll activate
Some more.
Penguin Sword onto the Penguin Brave it's in front of. Yeah. So he is sadly my only attacker, so I will attack your face down.
Okay, so it's the Ghost Trick Mummy, which does nothing. It was my extra normal something. Bouncing on the first turn actually hurt a significant amount. Double summon.
And then I guess that's all I got.
Okay.
Oh, this penguin's face down, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, why can't you... I'd have a play if link summoning wasn't stupid, and I can link with a face down monster.
I wish I had a link monster.
You have no idea how annoying this is. I can make a giant swing right now, but Ghost Trick's stupid effect that I can't be normal summoned unless you have one is hurting me so much right now. I guess I will set a card and pass.
Alright.
It's not long for this world. I think this just might be lethal on board, honestly.
We will flip up to attack and banish instead of...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think it was this one. Realistically, it doesn't matter, but...
Yeah, it should be fine. And
realistically, I think this game's pretty much over.
Let's see, we'll attack first for 32.
Yeah, so 32. Penguin Soldier can
24.
attack, but the rest can. Yeah, that is very much
Yeah.
lethal.
Woo! Penguin's got a game at least.
Oh my god. Actually, like the one archetype that, like, this deck cannot do anything to.
If I don't open Bog Spirits, which it didn't come up a ton, but like I felt so much safer just having Bog Spirits. So, and it's a one of because
Yeah.
So we shall see. And the duality was really clutch too.
Yeah, that opening was very good. Okay,
I can't imagine too much better, honestly, besides having a good Squire opening.
Okay, this is okay. I will start things off with an Allure of Darkness. And small my card to dark.
It's pretty good.
Banish this Ghost Trick Jack first.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go ahead and do a good old-fashioned V-set and pass.
Gotcha. All right, so this hand, I'm just going to be real with you. I opened Oops, all penguins, because this is also just a penguin, so...
Okay.
I have to hope that my hand of Oops, only opening penguins gets me there somehow. So I will activate Penguin Garden.
Okay.
Oh my god, I just realized something.
What?
So, one of the deck tech will prove how dumb I am right now. Because I just realized one of my pack cards was actually a really good synchro that I thought I didn't have the numbers for. Penguin Garden level modulates. I thought I'd have to have 3 dudes out to bait that synchro. I can do it with 2 thanks to Penguin Garden. Dang it. Although it was the same pack as Bog Spirit, so
fair.
You could argue maybe it was still the right call, but
that's fair.
I feel very dumb now because of my deck tech. I was my main talking point was I can't make Stardust, so no even point about thinking about it. Let's not even talk about that. But I could totally make Stardust.
At the very least, I don't think. Actually, no. Yeah, that would affect.
Oh, not mill. Go back in deck. I'm just trying to look at the deck so I can search. I mean, there's only I think genuine. It has to be Penguin Squire, I feel like. He's the only playstar this archetype has.
Yeah, Squire is pretty good.
She got 2 back rows, so we shall see. I will start by set a card.
Yep.
Squire. Special summon Squire and attack.
That is fine.
Lip Ninja to bounce your back row.
Unfortunately, gonna be fine.
Ooh. This makes the deck almost feel strong. It's wait, no, this is the strongest thing this deck can physically do.
Bounce, synchro, add another bounce.
Alright, so... Oh yeah, Penguin Squire's level will go down to 3. Sync off into... Squire. Brave. And then hope that this doesn't somehow ruin everything.
Nope.
Oh yeah, right. The effect of Brave to search and set a guy.
Yeah.
Important to do that. I'll set Nightmare Penguin, actually. I think that's all I got.
Alright, I will begin. Stand by main. The issue with this archetype, it has no play that... Every single play it has takes 2 turns to do. And you can just reset my board state every turn. So let's do... Oh, nuts in the graveyard. You don't see this? This doesn't exist.
Don't worry, I don't read cards, so you're fine.
I will just do what I did last time and pass.
Alright. I will start by flipping Nightmare Penguin to bounce your monster. Actually, 1 card your opponent controls. Right. I'm gonna hit this back row, actually.
Yep. So to the hand that goes.
Indeed. And then I will set a card to special summon the other Squire.
Okay.
Flip up Soldier to bounce that monster.
Yep.
And level modulate down, make another Brave.
There it is.
Set another Nightmare Penguin. I kind of love this deck, actually.
It's a cool deck when it functions.
Yeah, hit you for it's 26 on both now, thanks to Nightmare Pang. Unless you have relevant back row.
I will take the 226, but on the
Mhm.
second one, I will activate the effect of Ghost Trick Mary, which when I take damage, I can discard it to spell summon a Ghost Trick in face down defense position.
Sure.
And with it, I need to read what these all do.
Understandable. That's one of the perks of penguins that they're all so simple. It's like I understood the entire archetype's entire play pattern in like 30 seconds because it's just this. It's just can you make brave? Cool.
This one, the Jinxie,
Wishy.
the Searcher. Okay, and then that's it. Okay.
Right, and then that's all I had for my turn.
Alright. Stand by main.
Mm-hmm.
I will flip the Jinxie, which will trigger it
Mhm.
to search.
Yeah.
Fetch
I will activate Brave effect in response to a monster to flip up Penguin and bounce the Jiangshi to hand.
Can I do anything about that? I don't think so. No, I cannot. That will turn the hand. It will still trigger. I think actually makes it fizzle because I don't actually have a ghost trick anymore.
Oh, does it? I was just thinking of denying it because I know most of your things needed stuff on board. I didn't think it actually fizzle it. That's even better for me if that's the case.
I believe so because the search triggers after you activate the effect. It's not a part of the cost.
Oh no.
That is really bad.
Wow, I didn't know Penguin it was a negate.
Uh, okay, well, I will set a card. I will set 2 cards, and I will pass and hope for the best.
Let's see what I draw. Man, I literally have an issue of zones at this point. I could make a third Penguin Brave if I could just clear zones. Actually, no, I can make it. I can make it in the extra. Actually, no, I can't because I have to have the extra main monster zone open right now. I should have made a Brave in the EMZ. That's really funny.
Saved.
I misplayed because I just drew the third Squire. Because never like just so ungodly lucky with the draws to draw the third Squire.
Squire every game, every turn.
Oh, I can level modulate, but that doesn't actually help me, I don't think. Actually, no, because that is a tuner's damn. Unfortunate. I just literally cannot make the other Brave, I think, because of that.
I'm happy to hear that, honestly.
That's really funny because only Squire's a tuner, so I have to have him, and the numbers just don't add up. That's super funny. You know what? I'm not even going to normal summon anything. I'm just going to. He's getting plus 400, so he's a 13. I'll keep the other one in defense. I'm not that crazy. I'll attack that face down. Oh,
Which one?
I'm weird. It's not letting me. I'm. There we go.
Okay. So you'll kill it. It is Night Ascent though, so I'll be able to trigger it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will kill the Penguin Brave that didn't attack.
All right, so it'll go to grave, and then I will just pitch cleric.
I see.
It's not the best because, like, but it's still something.
It's not bad.
And then get in for 13.
I will.
Maybe I should have put both in attack. Oh well. I thought I had lethal with the other brave, so I don't think it was too much of a problem.
Even if you flipped it up, it still would be off lethal.
This is kind of funny. Main phase 2, I will special summon the Squire that have a face down monster. You flip it up.
Yeah, that will happen.
But it does not get the effect because it's only on synchro summon. So, but that is he's more likely to live in attack mode than in defense. So optimal.
It has to be in face up defense position, though realistically, I don't think it matters.
Oh right, face up defense, right.
I honestly don't know what card draw I'm hoping for out of this. And that's certainly not it.
I think the funniest part is that that this is now my board is now officially at its peak. It's because I need you to clear out zones for me. I
I
can't
would
actually do any more plays.
I would love to. Okay. I will activate Ghost Trick Mansion first off.
Uh-huh.
Then I will activate Ghost Trick Renovation, which this will return to my hand. Yep, that's not my hand.
Hmm.
And I can replace it with another field spell, basically, from anywhere.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if that will help me. So I suppose what I will do is I will add the Ghost Trick Pot of Greed to my hand.
That's pretty good. When in doubt, Pot of Greed.
I'll activate it. It says Ghost Trick. It's a dueling book glitch. I'll normal summon Ghost Trick Landon. I have white on the effect, so it lets me summon it.
This
This is what I
all
wanted.
makes perfect sense.
This is what I want to do game one because I had an anima.
Uh,
I really wanted it,
uh, I
but
was not even thinking about anima.
because the stupid effect that doesn't let you summon them, I couldn't ever do it because you just bounce my card before I could flip up a level one. Yeah, you got it.
Wow, I did not think that would go this way, but it wound up being like the best matchup possible for
This is
Penguins.
I
So.
remember we talked a little behind the scenes. We talked the other day because we figured out decks a little bit beforehand, and you were like, "I'm not confident at all. Like, I'm almost positive I'm gonna lose." And this is like probably like the best Penguin matchup in the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Probably, like, I don't think you could make Penguin look better than this.
Like Penguins look like how you open. They seem like it's like why aren't people playing Penguins? Like, oh my god, I couldn't do literally anything. I was thinking too. I'm like Ghost Trick. I feel like it's probably might be like the best archetype we have on this wheel, and then I genuinely don't think I did anything this game except use Night Assailant. I think that's the only thing of note I did this entire game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really, really terrible matchup. Turns out, like, Ghost Tricks are a tempo deck that loses way harder to tempo decks than anything else.
Yeah, it's like if they had like a single monster that could be normal summoned without needing a Ghost Trick, it would maybe be fine. But because you need it, it's impossible to do anything. With especially with like outside help, like with other
Uh-huh.
archetype stuff, like it's impossible to do anything. I was like the only because like I had Pot of Greed, so I was always gonna be playing that, and then like
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I'm playing a tempo, so Night Assailant will be good. And then George was like, okay, I'm playing kind of a slow deck, so I'll do that. I just played Anima because it was funny if I could resolve it.
Yeah. My other pack card was actually a really dope, like, on theme pickup for like a kind of bad common from the pack. It was Witch of the Black Forest,
Oh, dang.
which like it searches specifically Squire, so it was like Squire 4 in like longer games.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a great list, but it worked in this, which
Yeah.
this is
It's
probably the only place it will ever work, but hey, that's kind of the point of this whole series. Turns
okay,
out, oops,
buddy.
all compulse can in fact win a game.
That was episode 3. Did not go well, but I did have the refreshing taste of Mountain Dew Kickstart to keep me up. It's not sponsored, by the way, but I will happily accept money. But thank you all for watching. Probably the most one-sided duel of this so far.
Oh, for sure. Might be the most light side one of the series. Like I'd give it that chance as things progress.
It's definitely possible. I don't know if there's another pairing of archetypes you have on this wheel that just one just completely shuts down the other one. So far of the games you've played, half them have been close, and the other half have very much not been.
Yeah, very
What?
all or nothing.
Yeah. Whether or not the trend continues, we will see next week in the next episode.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.